We were riding Pirates of the Caribbean. Not a big ride by Disney standards. A slow boat, dark water, a few laughs, and some great theming. We've ridden it more times than I could count across 100 trips. And on this particular ride through, I wasn't looking at any of it. I was looking at my phone, trying to lock in our next Lightning Lane return time before the window closed. Scrolling through the app while the boat drifted past the whole pirate battle scene. And somewhere in the middle of that, skeletons, cannon fire, the whole thing lit up around me. I had this thought that just stopped me cold. What am I missing while I'm busy planning the rest of our day? I put my phone away. I watched the rest of the ride for the first time in years. Really watched it. And by the time I got off the boat, I knew something had to change. That was the day I stopped buying Genie Plus, and I haven't bought it since. I'm Lee.
And Lee
With All About the Duck.
And this is part 4 of Disney World, 100 Trips of Hard Lessons. If you missed any of the earlier episodes, they're linked in the description. This week's a little different. It's not really about money. It's about something we almost lost without noticing. I want to be clear about something before I go further. This isn't a video where we tell you Genie Plus is bad or that buying it makes you a worse Disney guest. That's not what this is. This is about what we noticed in ourselves once we started using it. Genie Plus asks you to think a certain way, constantly. What's my next booking window? Should I grab this return time now or wait and see if something better opens up? Is it worth modifying my plans to fit one more ride in before the window closes? That's not a one-time decision you make at the start of the day. It's a decision you're making every 20 to 30 minutes all day long. And what we found, what that moment on Pirates finally made us see, is that we had quietly turned Disney World into a logistics problem. We were managing a day instead of living one. And the crazy part is, we thought we were making the day better. Our phones were out more than our eyes were up. We were thinking 2 rides ahead instead of being on the one we were actually on. The ride itself didn't change. Pirates of the Caribbean was exactly as good as it always was. We had just stopped being there for it.
So here's what changed once we put down the phone for good. We started actually watching the rides again, not glancing at them between phone checks, watching them. Noticing the details in Haunted Mansion I'd walked past 100 times without really seeing. Laughing at the jokes on the Jungle Cruise instead of half hearing them while I checked the return window. Our days got slower, and slower turned out to be better. We rope drop the headliners when it matters. We ride what we can ride during the day. And when the line is long, we either decide it's worth it and wait, or we come back another time. That's it. Now, we have bought a couple of individual lightning lanes because I am a huge Star Wars fan and I wasn't waiting in that incredibly long line for Rise of the Resistance. Now, I know what you're thinking. See, he does buy it. Relax, let me explain. I want to be precise here. That's not Genie Plus. That's a separate one-time purchase for a single ride, not the all-day optimization pass. I bought a single skip-the-line ticket for one ride I genuinely couldn't talk myself out of. That's the only exception. And here's the part that surprised me. We still have great days. We still ride plenty. We're not standing in 3-hour lines out of stubbornness. We're just making decisions based on what we actually want to do with our day instead of optimizing a schedule built around return windows. A few things help us do this without Genie Plus, and we still have a smooth day. Rope drop is still the single best tool on property. Being at the gate when the park opens gets you the highest demand attraction with little to no wait. No app required. We watch the standby wait times in the app, not to book anything, just to make an informed call about whether a line is worth it right now or better an hour from now. And we got comfortable with the idea that we might not ride absolutely everything on a given day. That used to feel like losing. Now it just feels like a normal day at a place we're going to come back to anyway.
Now, I want to be fair here because I know this isn't everyone's answer. If you're visiting once on a tight schedule with a long must ride list and limited days, Genie Plus can solve a real problem. It's not irrational to buy it. For a lot of trips, it's the right tool for the job. And we said as much in earlier conversations about it. What changed for me wasn't a financial calculation, it was personal. I've been to Disney World 100 plus times. I have the luxury of not needing to maximize every single day because there's always another trip. If this is your one trip this year or your one trip in 5 years, your math is genuinely different than mine. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you to skip a tool that might make your one shot at this place better. What I'd ask you to take from this isn't don't buy Genie Plus. It's the question that stopped me cold on the boat. What am I missing while I'm trying to book my next ride? Whatever your answer to that is, whether you keep buying it or not, that question is worth asking yourself at some point during your trip. We've been going to Walt Disney World for over 30 years, and the version of us sitting on that boat with a phone out instead of eyes up, that's not who we wanted to be there. Walking away from Genie Plus didn't make our trips harder. It made them feel more like trips we fell in love with 30 years ago, before every moment came with a screen attached to it. Just us, the parks, and whatever happened to be in front of us. Now, to be honest, I almost always mobile order if I'm eating at a quick service, so I do not avoid all the technology. Just the ones I find don't add value to my trip. Disney World is still, after everything, one of the only places we found where putting the phone down and just being somewhere makes the place better instantly. That hasn't changed. No matter how many tools Disney builds into the app, that part's still entirely up to us.
Next week, we're telling you about the trip where Disney transportation almost ruined our Halloween party. Bus delays, a missed dinner reservation, and a lesson about resort location we should have learned years earlier. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. And as always, see you real soon.